What's going on, guys? We're about to check out the non-amazing Lucas, Dusty Hat, the amazing Wokus. I'll check him out, man. You know he be crying, probably about Trump again. Right, let's see what we gonna think about this after we see it. Let's roast it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well. Let's get into it.
Another bad idea. Oh my goodness. So there was an interview that was done with Trump, and yet again, he comes out and says another horrible idea. Given that the DNC is being held in Chicago, Chicago is on the top of the list. You know how Republicans love to mention Chicago every time that they want to blame black people. Hey, what about the black on black crime in Chicago? Hey, what about what's going on in Chicago? And then when you ask them, hey, well, what are you doing in Chicago?
Oh, give me a second. This joint is so loud. This is the sound of his voice. It is crazy loud. There you go. That might be better.
Are you doing any outreach in Chicago? Are there any Republicans that are trying to be the mayor or governor in Chicago? How many candidates do you have running in Chicago? What do they respond with? Oh, well, we're not going to win Chicago. That is a Republican.
He said Chicago like 1,000 times just now. Uh-oh. Yo, Dusty will never stop being Dusty. This nigga gonna be Dusty for the rest of his life. Oh my gosh. The dust is just everywhere. It's hitting. Hold on, look at it. The dust over here in this corner. Dust in this corner. My man is Dusty McGee. This nigga is Dusty. Holy smokes. I didn't know there was that much dust. And I'm talking about on his clothes, guys. There's dust everywhere. There's dust on his shirt, dust on his hat. That's what I was zooming in on. His hat and his shirt. It's just ultimate dust. My bad. It's just the dust is clogging the camera, man. It's blocking out the screen.
Mindset in a nutshell. What they want to do is just simply criticize and castigate black people because they love having that stereotype. They love having, as far as the face of crime, being black people. It gives them security at night when they, see an officer drive by because they know, hey, it's not going towards me because I'm a good citizen. I'm not doing that. It's probably going.
Yeah, how nasty he talks about white people or how nasty he talks about Republicans. Right? This guy's crazy.
To arrest the black person who's doing crime, statistically speaking. That's usually their mindset and headspace when it comes to these infringements on our rights. And one such infringement is going to be Donald Trump saying the first thing that he would do in Chicago is to enact stop and frisk.
That's why he need to clean his dry out. That's a fact, though. That's a fact. He do need to clean his dry out, though, B. His dryer do be dingy. This nigga dryer dingy than a mother ever.
If there's a Donald Trump presidency, what would you do in Chicago?
First of all, I know the people.
Because his shirt, dusty as ever, look like he rolled around in cat litter. Look like he played on the beach.
Chicago, I know that.
It looked like he had some nose candy. I'm talking about that book of sugar. I don't know that to be a fact. I'm just saying what it looks like.
The police, because I built the building there. I spent a lot of time building it. It's a great building, a really great building. And what happened is I got to know a lot of people, including the police. You have a great police force in Chicago, just like you do in New York, just like you do in Los Angeles. You have great. They're not allowed to do their jobs. You've got to let the police do their jobs, number one. Number two, you have to do a policy of stop and frisk. When you see a guy coming down the street and the police know every one of them. They know their middle name. They know where they live. They know every one of them, the local police, and they're great.
Lord in heaven, I thought we were decades and decades past that, but yet, no.
That Scarface. What is he talking about? Why you only wear the same 3 shirts?
Or not, and here we are. So,
yo, it's like he literally took it out the laundry basket and was like, F it, just put it on. Put it on. I don't know why. Wash it. Clean shirt. Why would I do that?
When it comes to stop and frisk, what that basically is essentially a Terry stop. And a Terry stop comes from Terry versus Ohio. What you have to understand is that it is constitutional. It is legal. When people talk about it being illegal, what they're referencing is, I believe it was a New York judge that said how NYPD was handling stop and frisk was unconstitutional. And essentially they were like waiting in people's apartments and just telling people, hey, come over here. Hey, come over here. Stop. Right? They were just stopping random people. So the whole concept is that you have to have a reasonable suspicion. This is something that only Amazing Lucas would debunk his own point directly after saying it. If people were abusing the stop and frisk, right, and that wasn't what the exact stop and frisk was, then how are you pinning the other stuff that certain nasty people was doing on Trump now? That sounds crazy. It came out of thin air. Okay, if you really want to advocate for something in addition to qualified immunity, I would argue in a repeal of Terry v. Ohio, a repeal of stop and frisk. There was only one dissenting opinion. Shame on Thurgood Marshall. Shame on him being a black SCOTUS. But there was only one dissenting opinion who, surprisingly, was non-black, but saw that this would eventually lead to a police state. The fact that, that these officers would have more power than an actual judge. So what you have to understand is that reasonable suspicion, what they have to have is reasonable suspicion that criminal activity is happening. Upon reasonable suspicion, that's where they get to as far as frisk you. If they believe that you have some type of weapon that may harm them or someone else, then they frisk you and pat you down. Okay, that's what a frisk is. They pat you down to make sure you don't have any weapons. So what you have to understand is that will always happen. Okay, you're not going to give these people power and them not use it, and eventually them not.
These people. What you mean, these people?
Exploited. So a stop and frisk is hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly for the most part. You're going to get stopped and you're going to get frisked, because as far as a reasonable suspicion, thanks to as far as qualified immunity and our justice system, that can be anything and everything. You make a movement. Oh, it seemed like they have a gun. Oh, you do this. Oh, it seemed like
this nigga's fear mongering. You fear mongering so hard right now. I talk faster so I win. That's how he be getting down. You do it based off of who talks faster.
They may have had a weapon. Given that he was circling, the place this amount of times, I believe that there was reasonable suspicion that he was going to, engage in a crime. That's what we are dealing with. We are dealing with a police state. That is what white Republicans have made it for the rest of us.
What did I tell you? He always claims that like other people are racist. The only racist person I see on the screen is him. From what I'm hearing, right? Like, he is so nasty towards white people. It's like, it's sick.
A police state. So when, in fact, it happens to them, say, such as what happened during COVID, they lose their minds. What is going on? What do you mean I can't be here? This is America. They create this cesspool for us. And then when they get their feet dirty, then they wonder what happened. How did this country come to this? What is going on? I don't even recognize.
He's out of pocket. This dude is so nasty. And dusty. Yeah, he is Destiny style. He's Destiny style too. But yeah, he's Destiny style.
Not the country. This is what we're dealing with. So he makes it even worse by saying, stop them and take their guns.
You got to let them do their job. Stop and frisk and take their gun away. You've got to do it. If somebody has, because they have all these guns.
This is the type of mindset that we're dealing with. He is saying that if you get stopped by an officer, that they should take your firearm. That's what he is saying. Now, given that the reason why it was unconstitutional is that how they were engaging in stop and frisk was racially biased. That they would just, as far as target black people and target Hispanics.
Here we go. Yeah, I think that if you don't legally own the, pew pew, I do think that it should be taken away from you. And I also don't think that that has anything to do with the color of your skin.
And then majority of the time, they didn't come. Nothing came from it, right? They're just like, all right, you're good to go. So that's harassment. That's what it is. It's a violation of your Fourth Amendment. And what he's saying is a violation of your Second Amendment. Okay, just take their guns. This man is not a Republican. He's not a conservative.
There's destiny and there's mustiny. Destiny. Yeah, he's destiny. Crustiny.
He's made it abundantly clear that if what I find humorous is that the image that the right has of the Democrats, oh, they want to take your guns, Marxist, communist, social, all this, that is literally what Trump is. Taking their guns, that is what Trump is about. He's made it abundantly clear, whether it's coming talking about, hey, take their guns and then do process, or whether stop and frisk and then take their guns. You can't do that. That is a constitutional violation. And this man does not care about the Constitution. He does not know.
Krusty, you're misrepresenting what he said. The fact that you acknowledge that there's a difference and then try to connect the two, it just shows that you're like a simpleton.
He says what he thinks that people want to hear. And it's come to bite him in his butt more often than not. Unfortunately, his population, his voter base is so just mentally slow, okay, that they don't care. There's such of a hive mind mentality that this.
So if you vote for Trump, are you slow? Wow, that's disgusting. He's nasty. That's nasty.
Man can say anything and everything that goes against their beliefs. That's not a good way to represent them. And they would still vote for him. So if all those black men who want to say, well, I want tangibles and I'm not voting for Kamala because she's not black. If this is what you want in New York, which is stop and frisk, you go ahead and either sit on the couch or worse, vote for Trump. You go ahead and do that. Knock yourself out. Anyways, guys,
I gotta go collect some more dust. This nigga here, man. Under there looking like Alf with all them dust. Going and collecting dust balls and putting them on your shirt.
This video, let me know what you guys think. Whether or not believe, I honestly, I don't know what the either or is here. I really don't. Like, are you for your rights being violated? Are you for that? I'm just lost. If that's what you're for, then I don't know what to tell you. If you're for stop and frisk, especially how NYPD was engaging in it, then go right ahead. I'm for citizens, okay? I will be on.
You're for dust. You're for wokeness. You're for Dr. Umar.
On behalf of citizens over law enforcement, over state soldiers any day. I think Terry versus Ohio should be repealed. That's what I think, along with qualified immunity, 100%. And then maybe we would actually have a decent America instead of this police state, which is what we currently have. If you happen to disagree with me, you know where to find me. Friday through Sunday, Disagreement Day. Call in, we'll duke it out. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Unless you can put up a challenge, then he's going to ban you the same way he banned me. Anyway, guys, this dude's such a loser. That's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well. All that good stuff.